Good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining. If this is your first time, I welcome you to my space. So, today I'm talking about to niche or not to niche, which is a hot topic. If you're an entrepreneur, this is a hot topic. So, this is something I want to address head on and also give some tips and tricks or strategies, right? So, my name is TOYIN Umesiri. I serve as a coach. I lead a lot of different conversations from economic development. I teach international trade, entrepreneurship as well. But just to get right to it, here's my definition for entrepreneurs, right? So, an entrepreneur, in my opinion, they're problem solvers. Entrepreneurs are problem solvers, right? And here's the thing, they're not just solving problems, but they're commercializing and really their ability and their capacity to solve problems and commercialize, mean be rewarded for solving those problems. Really, having that skill to monetize their capacity is really the game changer for entrepreneurship, right? So that's my own definition of entrepreneurship is this idea that entrepreneurs are problem solvers. Okay. We're going out into the world and we're solving problems. We're seeing problems. We're bringing solutions into the marketplace. And guess what? We get to be rewarded for all of those things. But here's the key, it's based on capacity, it's based on knowledge, it's based on understanding of how to drive those values in a commercial way, right? So whenever I talk about mindset of an entrepreneur, right? If you've heard me say that before, is the idea that I find people coming into certain conversations without the mindset of an entrepreneur, right? Like an entrepreneur, you want to solve a problem. So look at the marketplace through the lens of what solution, what product, or what service am I bringing into the marketplace and what is it going to address? Because if you're not solving something for somebody enough that they're willing to pay you for, so why, right? Like go find something. Okay, right? But it's this idea, right, of when people talk about niching or not niching down. I'm going to explain something about it that not enough people are speaking about, this idea of multidimensional businesses. Because if all you're doing, or if all people are telling you or making recommendations, which is what is out there, common knowledge, oh, find a niche down, I get it. But you can niche down to death. Like you can literally kill, you can't grow if all you're doing is finding one product for one group of people and that's all you're doing, right? And I'll explain more today. So that's really where this conversation is going today. So welcome everyone joining. And if you have any questions, please do drop a comment. Depending on where you're joining from, let us know where you're joining from. Again, my name is TOYIN Umesiri. Hello to Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. That YouTube channel in itself is a lot of serious value, right? That's the great place to start. And then I have different programs, different courses for those who really want to level up and go to the next level. So here's the deal. Are you new to entrepreneurship, or even for years you've been in entrepreneurship? So this conversation is really for you. Yes, niching down is recommended, but I'm going to tell you a story. Not or use an analogy and give you an example. When you have a pencil, okay, you know what a pencil is. You know what an eraser is. You know what a pen is, right? You know what they are created for. You know the job that they do, what they can do for you, right? So it serves a niche market. Like if you don't need an eraser, you're not in the business of buying an eraser. Okay? That's niching. Here's what I want to introduce today. Nobody says, because I see so many people making a lot of mistakes. They're so focused on that one sentence, niche. They are burying themselves and locking themselves in that box that they're forgetting, or nobody's telling them, which is what I'm doing today, is nobody ever said that the same manufacturer cannot produce both the eraser and the pencil. Okay, boom, right? Is this idea that when you talk about niching, it's really particular to the product or the service that you're launching, that you're producing. Because an entrepreneur, if you've been in my class, you know an entrepreneur is a producer. You're bringing solution. You're producing a solution to address certain things in the marketplace. So niching down is something you need to apply to the product and the service that you're producing, that you're launching, or the program. or the event, whatever it is you're bringing to the marketplace that you want to commercialize, that you want to monetize, meaning you want to convert it to money, you want to exchange it in the market for money. Let me break it down. Right. When I teach, I speak clearly because I try to make this thing very, very simple because people are making it more complex they're making it too complex out there. Okay. When you produce a product, you want to monetize that product, meaning you want to exchange it, you want to convert it into cash. You've invested something in producing the product. And when you sell it, what you as the entrepreneur, what you're expecting back is money. Let's talk about this thing. Because I find people don't even want to talk about money. Let's talk about it. The whole reason you're creating a product or launching a service or a program is you are trying to monetize that. You're bringing it to the market and you're saying, pay me for the work plus some. That's monetization. Converting assets or products to money. Monetization. Now, some people do only that, but they do not commercialize, meaning they do not build structures, sustainable structures that allow that machine and that wheel to keep turning with or without you. That's another step. Are you enjoying? So you test one is monetization, commercialization, creating a company or a business that allows you to fast track and accelerate that monetization exercise. Where when you are sleeping, when you are sleeping, something is that monetization is automated. Okay. See why you need to be in my class. We want to automate that thing because the biggest brands in the world, right? For you to sell 1,000,000 pieces, it has machine. You have to put systems in place and procedures because if it's still only you chasing that, okay. Let me come back. I think I went too deep there. Let me bring myself. I'm going to stay at the high level. Okay. Again, to niche or not to niche, I say niche. But what you should be niching is your product and service. Don't niche yourself. Don't box yourself, right? If you have the capacity to solve more things in the world, go after those things. I'm giving you permission. Give yourself permission. This is where I talk about the game plan, clarity, mindset. It's all about mindset because guess what? Jeff Bezos, Amazon started with one niche. Yeah, books. They did that thing very well. But did they stop there? Tell Amazon to focus. No, 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 no. Walmart, you know, that's where I'm coming from, right? Serving the world's largest. You enter a Walmart, how many products is in there? Right? Oh, tell them to only stay in one category. No, we will sell you groceries. We will help you with your car tire. Guess what? We will even help you with your baby clothes, men's clothes, women's clothes, categories. You want to hunt, we will sell you some rifles. You want to fish, we will sell you a fishing rod. What else do you want in your life? Banana, we will sell you some bananas. We are selling you banana picks on milk. Capacity. So if your goal, I hope this is helping somebody because that's the program. There's a way, there's a strategy to do this, right? That just watch. All you have to do is watch what I'm doing, right? Because I surprise myself, I surprise people every time because here's the kicker, right? You niche down your specific product, your specific, right? I also teach branding, all of these things, right? There's a framework to being able to monetize. There's a framework. That's what I teach in my academy. So when I tell you, okay, entrepreneur and leadership academy, that's if you're not there, you're not there. You don't know what I'm teaching. That's okay, right? Is that there's a framework, there's a mindset, there's a skill set to monetizing and scaling up. But my point today is to niche or not to niche that product, niche that service, but don't niche yourself. As a producer, if you have the capacity, Elon Musk has the capacity to go to space, solve Tesla, create electric car, electric batteries, supercharge. He has the capacity. So at the end of the day, if you have the capacity and somebody's telling you niche, it's a confusing messaging. It's not a complete message. For those who don't have the understanding or the skills or the technical understanding of the landscape, what I'm seeing them struggle with, oh, I know I'm multidimensional, I can solve so many things, but you're telling me to niche down. Oh, I've heard it. And that's so for me as well, you're not going to like I'm demonstrating my capacity by the things I go after. Really. That's the permission I'm here to share. Is that I'm demonstrate your capacity by the problems you can solve and commercialize. This is a free world. And if you don't have the capacity, then please manage your because the people, those who are telling you niche down, the reason they're trying to help. You know why? It's easier to manage one product, one service, one niche, one segment of the market. That's the easiest thing. So it's usually start there. If you're new to entrepreneurship, please start. That's what this is about. Is you can't handle if you cannot handle the complexity of a multidimensional business. I tell you, it's extremely complex. Like in my world, behind the scenes, when you go into a Walmart and everything looks good, you go in, go out, it looks simple. Dude, it's the most complex supply chain infrastructure in the world. Those are the things you don't know these processes, the systems. I used to implement SAP, the most complex supply chain solutions in the world, bringing together, managing the complexities of the biggest brands in the world. So, systems and structure, you're going to, the more you want to do, right? You need to start introducing systems, structure. Like my background is information systems, right? So when you see me out here, that's so when I launch something new. So for example, let me give examples so that people understand this. Okay, so if you've been following, like this year, I launched something new, right? Leadership and success coaching, well building mindset, the game plan, 12 strategies for winning. You've seen that, right? Let me put for those watching, there's a link out there, right? So if you go to toyinumesiri.com/the game plan, that program is serving a niche. Okay. Leadership capacity expansion mindset of a champion. Because when I tell people, when I teach business skills, right? What I'm finding is if you're not confident in what I'm telling you, you should go after, I can't help you. Like if I tell you A, B, C, D, this is what you need to do. Design. If I help you design your marketing strategy, and I say you need, in order to execute that strategy, you need to do A, B, C, D. And I'm finding people go, oh, no. I'm like, okay, maybe we need to work on the mindset first. So the game plan is let's deal with all these limiting beliefs, the stories people have bought into that is affecting how they are showing up. You're shrinking, you're shrinking to nothingness in terms of you being irrelevant in your industry, right? Like who knows you, right? Because the people who know you are the ones that will buy from you. A subset of them are the ones to buy from you. So if you want to build a globally relevant brand, I do have a program and a course teaching that. If you want your brand and your business to be relevant, then please be ready to show up, right? With a certain mindset. Is that there are times when the things you're going after is too small to is too big to ignore. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, right? They've gone after major things. They've solved to a certain level that you and I we can't ignore their success. It doesn't mean that they are the only successful people in the world. Other people are successful in their own right everywhere. But when you have a test for more success, that's what I'm talking about is are you thirsty for more? Right? That niche down niche, right? Is that if that's okay, if that's what you have capacity for, please. But for me, several weeks ago, I presented a portfolio review publicly because I realized that sometimes people cannot figure out the things I'm launching so many things, right? That people are like, I thought Toyin was this. I'm like, no, I'm an entrepreneur. I go after problems I have the capacity to solve. Economic development, you find me there. International trade, I'm teaching you how to export, trade, and investment facilitation. Entrepreneurship, I have a framework that will help you accelerate how you build your business. Like, let's put that structure so that you can run your race, right? And now this year, I'm saying I'm going after the, should I call self-help personal development world? Yes, I have a perspective on that. I'm going after that demographic of personal development because the people in my space needs to invest in it. And guess what? I created a program to say, if I'm going to teach people how to go after more, how to be successful in doing more, this is how I would teach you 12 strategies for winning. Right? So that program itself is specific to a certain market segmentation. Meaning, if you're looking to develop yourself, if you're looking to develop your leadership style, if you want to achieve success, right? You want the perspective. If you're trying to address your mindset, you want to remove negative, mindset, negative beliefs, self-talk, all of those things. This program is for you. And if that's not your goal, then it's not for you. That's what niching is. Specific products, specific service that serves specific needs for specific groups of people. And then you move on. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. I have something else. I have something else. Now, I have another thing. If you're trying to export, I have another solution for that. Eh? That's what I'm saying is that as the entrepreneur, okay, go after as many problems as you can handle. But be ready. This is what I teach, to put in the right structures, processes, framework, principles to help you manage the complexity of a multi-dimensional business. That's what today is about. I'm saying go for it, but I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's possible, and you should, if you have a desire to build a globally relevant brand. And if you want to go as big as you want, why not? What's stopping you? You are stopping yourself. That's what I'm trying to address today. Is this idea that niching or not to niche? I say niche, but niche the product, the service, the program, the event, whatever it is you want to monetize, meaning convert to money. Please niche it, because it has to be specific enough for that people agree that that problem is big enough for them to pay you for it. Okay? Because out here, if that problem is not big enough, the most challenging thing you can ever do, which is why I say it takes skill, is to get people to separate with their chiching, their money, right? Because we all worked hard for that thing. So we're not going into the marketplace buying just random things. No, 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 no. That stuff you're offering me, right? That's why I say mindset of an entrepreneur. That's something I try to get. This remove sentiments. Oh, there's no sentiments. It's an equation. You solve that equation for your customers, they will come. You don't solve it, they will not come. You have to keep trying to solve it. And when you solve it, okay, when you find that winning formula, you know the next thing that has to kick in? Systemization. Okay? Once you've solved that formula, that okay, have I ever shared with you guys? So my first degree is mathematics. So that's where that analogy is coming from. I have a BSc in mathematics, right? And we actually studied, right, the history of computer science, right? Mathematics is the grandparent of computers. Why? It was all about solving a problem, mathematical equation, and then the computer came in, could solve it faster than a human being. Please apply that to your business. That stuff you're going after by yourself individually, solve that equation. But for you to scale it up, in automation, systemization is your friend. And I remember years ago, I talked about wealth creation, assumptions that people have about wealth creation. They think it's overnight. Like, you can go to my YouTube. Those are old, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, things I addressed at the very beginning. Is that telling you how people scale up all of these things, right? Automation. There are several tricks, there are several strategies, there are several things that people do behind the scene. People like myself, design thinking, that working for the world's, like, businesses don't get on Fortune 500 without systems. Please. So anyway, let me come back to keeping this simple. I'm not teaching today. I'm just trying to help people understand that what I was seeing too much of it. And I'll be talking more about this, right? In fact, there's some challenge I'm going to put together, right, for people who want to build multidimensional businesses. So that's what I'm introducing, is that if you're multidimensional, right, how do you build your capacity to solve more? And if you have the desire to solve more, to introduce more products and services in the marketplace, please understand there's complexity involved, but be ready to manage those complexity and the strategies of how I do mine. So I have multi dimensional. It's not even just one. It's each of the things I've gone after has multiple dimensions. We just pick economic development, international. That itself has different angles, different stakeholders. So if you've taken my classes, so that's why when I put classes together, I see people come, oh yeah, take my class. You will see better, you will understand better, and then you can solve better. I've solved certain things, right? I've cracked some code. I see where the challenges are, I see where the opportunities are, I see what's going on. And one thing I say is there's a side of top down, right? Government, CEO level, there's a certain type of conversation we're having at the top of the house. We're talking about certain things, and there are certain initiatives, certain policies being put in place that is coming downstream. So, for example, 2019, some of those policies like AFCFT, African Continental Free Trade Agreement, 20 as far back as 2019, before everybody saw it, right? That was a program, right? The building the world's largest, one of the world's largest trade bloc. That was something I saw. The team that put it together, that pulled it off at my invitation, I invited them, right? They came to Chicago, right? Because I could see that this is a game changer years ahead of most people. And I said, people need to pay attention to this thing. But people were sleeping back in 2019, right? People weren't awakened, but I was. And, His Excellency Ambassador Albert Muchanga, Commissioner for Trade, Economic Development, Industry, Mining, Tourism, he has that portfolio, right? He flew in, three of them from Addis Ababa, headquarters of African Union, flew into Chicago to my event. And I said, please tell us this AFCFTA, because what I read, what I'm seeing is a game changer. It's an opportunity. And they did. And guess what? The videos, documents, everything. I probably house one of the most robust resource is gated, right? It's under a vault. You want access, you pay. That's my automation. It's there. I'm moving on. I've already pulled all those resources inside my vault. International Trade Network. When you hear me saying Nazaru International Trade, it's a vault of trade information, networking, all kinds of things are happening in there. And we keep adding on classes, courses, programming in there. It's a vault. It's not for all. You want access, it's automated. You don't even need to call me. Just go there, automate, enter. It's automated, right? So, anyway, so the top down work is what's coming, policies, right? But here's what's happening. Okay, there's a bottom up because the information is stopping at the middle. So, the grassroots, if you don't elevate your skill, if you don't upskill, if you don't acquire the knowledge, if you don't study, if you don't read, you can't meet that information, you can't participate. That's what's happening. So, my work, so the things I do is divided into top down, right? Government down, what's coming, what are the opportunities, what are the right PPPs, all of those things. I'm right there, I'm seeing it. When I'm hosting events, I'm like, tell me what are the right? There and they are. But here's the kicker: those things, there's so much thick layer that only the people at the middle can grab it, right? So if you're at the grassroots, the only way you can participate in AFCFTA, in trade events, in policies, all of those things that is coming top down from government, you have to level up. You have to meet it in the middle. So that's why when I say I have programs, export development, is that when you want to participate in export, there's a certain knowledge you have to have, right? There's a dimension of expertise you have to have for you to participate in that world. It's the Olympics of business. You don't have it, you don't participate. You've actually eliminated yourself. Like, just by not knowing the knowledge. Like, what you don't know is more expensive. What you don't know is what you should be buying. Okay. So I'm just explaining that my dimension of the things I'm solving for, multidimensional. And I'm saying, if you have the capacity to go after the biggest issues in the world, like Elon Musk, I want to make an electric car. I will commercialize it. People will buy it. It's well branded. It's sleek. It's a statement. Like anywhere you go now, you see a Tesla, you'll be like, that's a Tesla. That's branding. Somebody could have solved the same thing and it's like clunky and doesn't look good. No, he solved it so well. It's juicy, it's borderline sexy, like you want it and you're paying more. That is an entrepreneur. He solved it, his capacity to solve it, he's being rewarded. Look at the last year, 24 months, his valuation. Look at the key people. While everybody's like, where, COVID-19. Look at those who added more valuation to you, right? Their market valuation went up, right? Just think about it. So the same thing is what I'm trying to say is that when I teach what I do. When I teach, I can only teach you what I know. I can only teach out of my experience. And if you watch me move and you go to toyinumesiri.com, you can see that at the end of the day, yes, niche each of your products, each of your services that you want to monetize. If you don't niche it, you're not going to find people who want to pay you for that. And I'm saying the biggest brands in the world, depending on your capacity, and please take the game plan if you want to expand your capacity, right? That's what that was designed from a mindset, clarity. You have to have clarity. You have to have clear intentions, like know what you're doing, know why you're doing it, know where you're going. I'm just sharing a little bit. So if you've watched me move at the end of the day, okay, you see me one moment, you see me publicizing some events. Another moment, you see me holding a masterclass. Another time, I'll tell you about this. You're like, whoa, whoa. I'm like, yeah, I am I'm a multi-dimensional problem solver, right? And I release myself and give myself permission to solve what I want to solve in the world, right? And I will spend time marketing it to you, branding each platform, branding each product. So if you see the game plan, it has its own brand, its own landing page, its own messaging, because it's for a specific group of people. It's also going after a particular market segmentation, right? And that market segmentation is not necessarily Africa or no Africa. No, 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 no. Yes, I'm solving for Africa. If it's like I'm a air traffic controller. If you want, um, it's like if you pick a phone call, ring, ring, for option this, press one. That's me. Option two, option this, press two. Africa work, press two. Entrepreneurship, press three. The game plan, press four. Okay, this is too, I'm trying to be funny, but I'm just trying to say, if you wish to build multi-dimensional businesses, right, please do it. But also realize that it's extremely complex. Extreme. So I'm not saying it's easy, right? You have to have the capacity. I need you, and part of the programming, when I say I teach, is I'm teaching people how to do these things, right? And all you have to do is just look at the work, like just Google my name. Is that this year I launched a new program that just pretty much going after self-help personal development. Why? I can teach how I solve what I solve. I can teach it. And guess what? I have launched it. I spent 3.5 hours with a group 2 weeks ago, right? And here's where my systemization is. If you missed it, don't worry. It's now systemized. It's been delivered and now systemized. All you have to go is toyinumesiri.com/ the game plan. You can, it's now a self-serve, like it's self-paced now. Excuse me. And there's a worksheet, a workbook that you can now go through the 12 strategies for winning in life and business. You can take the program 3.5 hours. You can now, on your own, on your bed, at your own pace, because this person, this problem solver, this entrepreneur has moved on to the next thing. Okay. That's it for me. It's like when I launch, you hear me, I'll launch it loud, I'll tell my story, right? But guess what? I will support it with systemization, automation, all of those things. So that program has launched, I've delivered it, and it's available now For anybody that wants to take the game plan, 12 strategies for winning, it's available at toyinumesiri.com/, the game plan. And it's now set up as a self-paced program. Now, outside of that, if you still want to work with me, because I have clients I work with one-on-one, executive coaching one-on-one, after taking that class, if you want to access one-on-one resource, like you want my time and you have a budget for it, then that's another level, right? So that's because I am automating everything as best as I can. Why? I'm clearing my desk as best as I can. Why? Because I want to go after more, right? So when I teach people, I teach you how to design it. Because for me, this is a lifestyle. You're seeing me today talk to you, right? February 2022. Anybody watching this next year, I might have moved on to something else. So if I'm here, I'm here. I'm present. I'm solving something right now. I'm solving something this moment. And I'll let people know what I'm solving. And when I'm done cracking that code, I will automate it. I will systemize it. I will make it available for everybody. But this manufacturer would move on. So I'm just giving myself as an example because I see so many people struggle out there. And I hope you can hear me clearly, right? I see the struggle. I see this conflicting messaging to niche or not to niche. And I say niche, right? But niche the product, don't niche yourself. Don't put yourself together with your product in a box. You are not the product. You are the producer of a solution that solves a problem in the marketplace. And as an entrepreneur, you have the audacity to ask to be rewarded in cash for what you've created, which is monetization. Okay? I'm breaking it down, making it very simple. When I'm teaching, I'm like, baby steps, baby steps. Let's go back to the baby steps. So that when you're out here, when it's time for you to pitch, you're not pitching yourself because I am who I am. I'm pitching my products. I'm pitching my services. I'm pitching the mindset and the reason why, right? And the other thing I also teach is this branding, where, okay, that's another topic entirely. But the reason I can now do that and I help people do that is because you need to invest in your brand first. So this month in the academy, I'm teaching brands how to develop your brand strategy. So we started last week, the first week in February. Tomorrow, every Wednesday this month, I'm teaching brand strategy. So I gave them some assignments last week. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to take it up. But let me just give you a taste. If you try to sell without a brand, you will sweat. Because if you've not explained who you are to anybody, why should I give you my money? Okay, I'll stop right there. I won't tell you because it's a hot topic. I dive into it, like invest in your brand, protect your brand, because that's where the equity of your business is. It's what gives you the audacity to charge what you charge. Right? Because if you don't explain that, the market has a right to question you. Like, you're asking me for 10K. Why? You're asking me for 10. Why? Who are you? Right? The market always has a right to push back. Right? The market always has a right to push back. So if you felt any pushback, any friction in terms of when you put your price, and people are like, oh, it's because you've not invested. That's a telltale sign. Right? Because if you go to toyinumesiri.com, you will know. You will know it costs what it costs. Because to produce all this, it costs what it costs. Those who need it, need it. Those who don't. No question. Right? Because I know my value, right? But the value has to be well articulated, right? And one of the things I also do is when I watch the market, everything I'm doing keeps doubling. I'm announcing it now. It doubles, the price doubles. Because as the market grows, as demand grows, you have double. Again, mindset of an entrepreneur, right? Because everything, People don't like everything at the beginning. I'm like, oh, this, you think, wait, this is what I teach. Watch the market for you to price. It's not one dimension. You need to be able to see the factors influencing the marketplace, what you can command. Part of it you can control, part of it you cannot control. You can definitely control your brand messaging, but what you cannot control, okay, part of those things you cannot control is the journey people are on. Okay, let me try and break that down a little bit. I cannot control when you decide to go on your own journey of transformation. No. Right? It's like you want to lose weight. I will design the program for you. I will package all the knowledge for you. But the day you decide to get on the treadmill, we can talk. But I cannot control when that day is. When you are waking to your own potential and your own greatness and your own success goals. I refuse I'm not responsible for that because I'm on my own path. But what I would do is I will build programs, services, product that can help you when you are ready to go on that journey. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't have that understanding, you'll be engaging with people you shouldn't be engaging with, right? You can't force anybody to lose weight. You can't make people want to change their own life. You can't, right? You cannot, right? You cannot make anybody buy. No, what we have control is the messaging. What I'm doing right now, I have a message and I can deliver my message and I will speak clearly about my product, my services, my brand, what I'm solving, where you can find me. I'll give you my website. I have control over that. Whether you decide that you want to change your life and you want to tap into the opportunities and pay for it for your own use, that is on you. It's not on me. So I teach this thing because when people get into this, oh, they're not buying. No, it's not that they're not buying. It's that they don't know what that thing can do for them. So try again. Say it in a different way. Because when people know the problems they have, because when people don't know the problems they have, you can't offer a solution. You can't feed people that are not hungry. Oh. Let me break it down. I'm seeing the love on Instagram here. Thank you. So it's resonating. If you're love, thank you, April. Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you. Like, I take responsibility for creating solutions, solving problems, right? That addresses specific issues that people tell me they have. But I refuse to take responsibility for the transformative journey that people are on or not on. It's your life. It's your life. You see what I'm saying? So entrepreneurs need to free themselves, right? You need to free because there's a lot of emotional baggages that people are carrying. I'm saying I sleep well at night. I will do my part, do it exceptionally well. But if it takes you 2 years to wake up, 2 years after you to be there, it's automated. I've moved on. Systemization, automation, all of that. Because so let entrepreneurs focus on solving. And so at the beginning, I explained my definition. An entrepreneurs as problem solvers. Not just solve. So if you solve a problem and you don't get rewarded, you are not an entrepreneur. So let me finish that definition. Entrepreneurs are problem solvers and they have the skill to monetize their capacity and then commercialize it. Monetize meaning when you create that product and that service, you want to exchange it for money. You want to you have the product, you have the service, give it to the person who needs, who will take it and then pay me. Pay me for that. I worked hard for that. Pay me. Okay? Monetization. Commercialization is when you can build structure behind that solution and you shock it enough that you can go to bed and sleep. And it's automated. That when you, like this morning, I woke up, I'm like, ooh, that felt good. If you've done A, you've not done B, there's work. You can only do B when there are structures, and there are several things I've built. Let me put it out here. They are built to be sold. There are several things I have built. Companies, they are built to function with or without me. Why? Because I don't know what other thing God wants me to solve next year. In fact, I have 360 women. I want to travel. I want to speak. There are certain things I want to do, but I can solve. I can automate. I can systemize. And I will market it. I will carry my, like, this is marketing. I'm telling you the story of my products. And I'm telling you the address where you can get it. Right? So, okay. I see so many comments. Please let me try to address that. Lillian Ugochi says, oh, this is so sweet. Lillian said, I needed to hear that. Thank you as always for being a visionary. Oh, sweetheart, I love you. I see the struggle. So when I was in corporate, I used to do women empowerment. Me, I have mouth. Yes, like I'm kind of like, I will fight for the people I care about. I'm telling you, like, if you put me to work, I'm fierce. So I'm addressing this thing head on because I've seen entrepreneurs. Oh my gosh, I see you. I see you. I am you. I understand the struggle, and I'm trying to say, take your power back. You should be rewarded for the work you design. We are the producers of the new economy. We're producing, we're cracking our mind. We're solving, like, the math equation. You're spending your capacity to solve dynamic things in the world. And when you have that capacity, please don't forget to ask to be rewarded. After all, Elon Musk, you can't go into a Tesla and drive a Tesla car without paying them for that Tesla car, right? If you want banana, you can't go in, take the banana, and not pay for it. Do you know how much it took for that banana from wherever it's coming from to arrive? If you do that, then it's a thief now. If somebody comes into a place, takes something of value, walks away, no, no, no. So remember to put your price tag. Put it boldly. But I'm also teaching the principles that will allow you to do this thing. So let's not forget, there's a way, there's a mindset of doing it. Part of it was when I was alluding to the idea of branding. Branding allows you to set your standards, elevates the conversation, right? It allows you to say where you're going, right? Who you're going after and who you serve. And I realized that a lot of entrepreneurs feel like they don't have to do that so that it can serve everybody. No, you can't serve everybody, which is back to the topic of the day, to niche or not to niche. I say niche your product, niche your service, because for you to monetize it, somebody must agree that that product or that service serves a need they're willing to pay for. That's the trick. If that hasn't clicked, keep engineering that equation. It's an equation, right? Just focus on solving that equation. It's like X plus Y equals to Z. If I create a product X, I must find Y customers, and the Z is the monetization, money in my bank. So if the money is still not in the bank, please keep refining your X, your product, your messaging, your branding, your this. Keep tweaking it. Don't stop. Don't give up. And then the why, the customer, keep listening to them. Use their own words. Because when those two things click, the equation Z will flow. And when the equation flows, there's a mathematical equation, computer science. Remember, my first degree is mathematics. There's some things you will do, X to the power of. That's where automation and systemization. You know X, you know Y, the Z is working. You take that entire equation, you throw it into a machine. How do you launch more X's and find more Y's so that your Z can be exponential? I hope you're enjoying this. I'm taking you behind the scenes of when I'm out here. I'm looking for, I'm designing X, I'm looking for Y so I can get Z. Okay, let me continue looking at this. Okay. Miss Lillian says, niche the product, not yourself. Boom. That's it. Niche your product, niche your service, niche your program, niche your event, niche your platforms, niche it. But don't niche you as the creator and the producer and the entrepreneur. Because if you have the capacity to create 1,000 products, please go. Retail world is that. If you have the capacity to produce, right? I used to work for Whirlpool Corporation, manufacturer of they started with refrigerator, washing machine. They didn't stop there. Now they will sell you range, dishwasher. They produce so many things and they have factories in Mexico in this. Why? Capacity. They're going after more segments of the marketplace. The biggest brands in the world didn't get on Fortune 500 by niching to one product because guess what? That needle in a stack is one product, one customer. You will look forever. It's like if you are fishing in the ocean, do you want to fish with a fishing rod or with a net? I will cast you a net. I will cast a wide net, and when the fish comes in, I'll say no, yes, X, Y, no, 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 no. I'll take you through my process, filtering it out, and I'm still looking for Z. Okay. Okay. Stella, oh, thank you and let me know where you guys are joining from. Thank you so much. She said, good to hear that it's okay to niche your product, not yourself. Yes. Oh, I'm glad that that's the heart of my message today. Really. So thank you so much for just repeating that, because the whole purpose of today's messaging, the whole purpose, right? When the message I want to put out there is please, please, please don't niche yourself. It's out there. When you box yourself, you can't grow. It's like that fish in a small fish bowl. You can't grow to the fullest capacity of your potential. It's tough. It's tough. And I know you feel tight. But let me also share something with you. Okay. This is, you guys are inspiring me, right? When more questions come in, I can flow because I have a lot. I do a lot. Okay. Here's what I also say. So let's take the coaching industry, okay? Because this year I pretty much I went after that industry as well. I said, call me Coach Toyin. 2 years ago, I didn't tell you I'm going into coaching, right? Since I've launched the game plan, since I made the commitment to invest and I'm putting it in a book, I'm like, okay, Coach Toyin, let's do this. So it's an industry. It's an industry. You're competing with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, if not millions. I don't know how many coaches are there all over the world. The reason they will tell you to also niche is you are a competition. Stay in your lane. I'm a coach, you are a coach. Okay? I'm a coach, you're a coach. Part of the reason people keep saying niche, niche, niche is if you are a coach and I'm a coach, we are in competition with the same fish. So differentiate yourself from me. Pick who you are going after so that if we're in the same room, you go after yours, I go, because we are fishing in the same pond. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. That's an industry. This is where we talk about market share. How big is that industry? And what share of it do you have the capacity to go after? Okay? I'm a strategist. So if these things are new to you, this is when you see me move out there, I'm a strategist. I don't show up. I don't do anything without, right? I used to serve as a strategist for the world's biggest company. I solve equations. Okay? This is an equation, right? So when I say I teach you the equation and how to do it for yourself. So let's say the coaching industry is this big, billion, whatever. Market share is you as a new coach coming into that space. First of all, there's a strategy to box you into a corner so that they limit how you can fly. I see it. I see it. I will not, right? Anyway, so what size is the industry you're going after? And what do you have? What size of that market? Is it 0.1%, 2%, 5%, 3%? What size of that market are you going after? 0.00, I don't know. What strategy are you going to implement? What story are you going to tell? If you don't brand yourself, if you don't tell people what you're solving, it becomes difficult because you are fishing in a red ocean. Make sense? You are fishing in a crowded pond. Like everybody, you go on a place, everybody's a coach. Let's say this. These are the things I teach. When I teach, I don't know how to go this way. I speak clearly so that you will know exactly what I'm saying. Niche or no niche comes in because it's like you're fishing in a red ocean. And the redder that ocean is, the more challenging you are. But I'm telling you, there's a secret. Get yourself from that grassroots, get yourself on a platform. And this is why when I say invest in your brand, right? Build your platform. If you've done all of that, you've just brought yourself, you're no longer, you know, going for the right. Is that when I speak and I say Toyin is a coach, I have a platform I'm standing on. I have a community I'm going after. I have a clear message. I have a clear solution. Watch out for my book, people, right? That I am going after that personal development executive coaching program is distinct, it's unique, the message is clear. I've niched it, but I've done it in a way that is aligned to who I am. And guess what? I also know there are so many people that are unserved in certain communities that will listen to me and will not listen to Tony Robbins. I get it. So I'm showing up for that community. You see my point? It's a strategy. So I won't say too much. If you want more, Toyin Umesiri Academy. I have an academy where I teach, right? Okay. I see a question here. I'm coming on Instagram. There's multiple platforms I'm attending to. So apologies, Instagram. Give me a moment. Um, Stella said, you cannot make someone who is not hungry to eat. They will eat when they are hungry. Let me give you a trick though. Okay. Is this juicy? There's a trick. If they're not hungry yet, whatever content you're creating should not be food. Out here they'll say, give it free, give your best off. No, no, no. My best is in a vault. The key is monetization. My best content, remember I tell you about money, is under a vault. No. Let me give you a key. Okay? Is if you find yourself in any industry, like Stella is saying, you cannot make someone who is not hungry eat. The content that you should put out should be stimulating hunger. Your product is the food, mighty food. Come and eat, expand yourself, achieve success, leadership capacity. Oh, right? I want to take you to the dreamland. Like I'm dancing because it's juicy. Because when I created that program, I'm the first consumer of that food. Everything I launch, I am the first consumer. It enriches me first before I order it and give it to anybody. You think when I'm cooking food, I will not taste it first? I'm cooking party jollof, if you're Nigerian Ghana, I just put that out there. I'm cooking party jollof. You think I will scoop and give you first before I eat? I will eat, satisfy my family, satisfy my own people. We will hide some meat, goat meat. We will pack our load. Then party I can offer you. You see my point? Okay. I know okay. Pardon me. There's an American side of me. There's definitely the African side. They both pop out from time to time. You get both. The African one just came out on you now. Okay. So I want to give you tips. This is real juicy tips. All the content, bulk of your content should not be food. Because when you fed people, you're just throwing. It's like when Bible says, don't throw your pearls to, right? They will take it, rubbish it, throw it in garbage. What you worked for. No, don't do that to yourself. Entrepreneurs, I'm on your side. I'm for entrepreneurs. This is for entrepreneurs. Please don't listen to the people that say, give yourself, give it off. No, if you're hungry, you will pay for it. If you're not hungry, my job is to stimulate hunger. I will tell you what you are missing. I will tell you what you've not participated in, because it's difficult for you to see what's happening, the transformation I'm birthing for other people. So, for example, let me give you an example. Like one of my clients, last Friday, every Friday I do client meetings, right? Basically, she's telling me this is my challenge. I need this. I need. I'm like, wait a minute. I have a contact. Let me connect you. Put the person on the phone. I'll connect. And they spoke. I did a three, whatever. And then I was like, I'll make that introduction. And then this morning she was like, Toyin, I'm still waiting for that number. I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's the number. And she was like, thank you. So if I don't tell you what's happening behind the scene, you don't know. So my job is to make you hunger and thirst for the great work and transformation that so many other people are deriving that is not visible to you. So if you're an entrepreneur and somebody's telling you, give your best, please don't throw your best exotic, what you've sweated, labored for. Please value that thing enough to put it in a vault and ask people, put a price that if you want to unlock, there's a key that unlocks this vault. It's called money. Okay? You want what is inside. I know. I have worked hard to get what is inside. You want it, please. This is the price. And it's automated. Don't even call me. Don't call me. You don't need customer help, customer service. I put it in such a way that is easy. I'll tell you what is inside. I'll tell you what the value is. And I'll just say, unlock that key. The key is your money. I'm on your side, entrepreneur. Please, I'm on your side. Okay. Lillian said, proudly multidimensional problem solver. Let's claim it. Please. Nobody is boxing Elon Musk. Nobody should box you. Nobody is boxing Bill Gates. We know him as the computer guru. Today he's the vaccine expert. Go out there and solve. Please go out there and solve. For me, that's what I'm doing in terms of grooming leaders that will solve the biggest challenges in the world. Teaching you, equipping you with the mindset, resources, skills, that when I host my international trade summit and you're in the room with an ambassador, I will be proud of you. Okay? And I don't know, I think my phone, I don't know what just happened. Instagram. I didn't charge my phone. Can you believe that? I was on a 1 hour call this morning. So Instagram, I'm going to unfortunately need to drop you off. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. You broke that down with such ease. I see you. This is going to off air anytime. I just got that warning. Instagram, so sorry. See, even my day early this morning, I've been using my phone and I forgot to bring it up, power it up. So let me quickly attend to Instagram because I'm going to need to shut it down quickly. But you can please jump on the LinkedIn or YouTube if you want to continue watching this. So Instagram, please go to YouTube, Coach Toyin Umesiri, Nazaru CEO, and this is streaming live as well. I have to end this because it's telling me 4%. I'm so sorry. I've been on the phone all day this morning from like early in the morning, 1 hour on the call, and I just forgot to look at my my power up. Apologies, my fault. I take responsibility and I'm super sorry. So let me close this out so I can save the video, Instagram. But see you. Please join us on YouTube, okay? And then register as well. So let me end this so I can save the video and share. I'll just quickly share it. So pardon me. Let me quickly do this. I can't even yeah. My phone is like 4%. I'm so sorry. So let's hopefully we can get people to switch over to YouTube channel and please do subscribe. So yes, proudly multidimensional problem solver. Yes, that's what I'm preaching is that if you can solve more, if you can expand your capacity, please go out there and do it. Okay, one more, and then I'll probably start wrapping this up. Yashun Tafari, where are you joining from? It says, same here. I have to be satisfied with the product and sometimes ensure my family and close friends can give their honest feedback. If they are not satisfied, then I cannot put it out to the public. Yes. So Mindset of an entrepreneur is whatever you're creating in the marketplace, our job, okay, is to make sure we understand why we created it, what it's solving for, who is solving it for, and the transformation and the outcomes when people participate and take your product. How do you delight them? Does your product delight them? Right? So if my lipsticks, my skincare line, my leadership program, so for example, this is so I go for delight. So the game plan 12 strategies for winning, right? When I delivered it, 3.5+ hours later, the feedback was towing. We want more. You've taught us the basics. Like, the feedback was we now have a grasp of the 12 strategies now we know we have work to do. Can you still take us on mastering and more transformation? So that was a surprising feedback. Even though I was going for delight, I thought I could just put it out there and then automate and then move on. But now I'm working to say, okay, how else do I take the game plan 12 strategies for winning? Now that it's available, okay, you can actually order it as a course. You can take the challenge. There's a workbook. I created a workbook with questions for each of those transformation steps. Excuse me. Right. So I'm having a conversation. You're going into my mind. The question I'm having now is those who want more of that sign up, right? I want to also help them and answer more questions because that's the feedback is that I need to hold their hands because these are life changing principles. Clarity, activating clarity, right? Adopting the mindset of a champion, right? Networking for prosperity, communicating clearly with your stakeholders, right? Removing barriers to your success. Like each of these principles, I dove deep into it, teaching these principles. Now, like I shared, it's really the personal development segmentation. So if you're in the market for personal development, then consider the game plan. If you're not in the market for personal development, that's okay. It's not for you. But here's what I will say. I will stimulate your hunger. I will make sure you understand that even if you're not in the market for personal development, you still need personal development to do meaningful work. So I recommend it for every single person. But here's the key. Some people don't know why they even need personal development. So I will create content to stimulate your hunger. Because guess what? Every time you come and say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'm like, confidence, mindset, that stuff, if you don't tackle, I talk about nature, nurture, culture, your nature, nurture, culture. How is it standing in your way of your own success? It's in that program. So for entrepreneurs, I'm also telling you at the end of the day, don't feed those that are not hungry. They will take your food and put it in the trash. And I've also found those who are hungry will pay and they will say thank you. Those who are hungry, they are hungry enough, they are desperate enough for transformation. They're the best people that I see because I'm I am very passionate about what I do. Okay? I'm extremely passionate about what I do, right? And I'm looking for those who will match me with energy. Meaning, I'm not going to impose myself on people that, no, I won't explain myself. Like, because I also see this thing that happens where people are like, tell me why you should. I'm like, no, you're not, please keep moving. I'm not, no, those who know, no, those who need. If you're not in that category yet, keep moving. Please, I'm also, the reason I'm sharing this clearly is because I see the wrestling, the challenges that entrepreneurs face, particularly if this is your first time or if you are maybe 5 years in, is that if you don't have a resilient mindset, if you don't take your power back, if you don't take charge and see yourself as a leader, because you have to lead yourself, you're also going to lead your customers. You're going to lead your clients because you are the experts. They are coming to you for leadership. That's why I developed the game plan. You have to see yourself as a leader, and until you equip yourself and lead yourself effectively. One of the strategies also daily practices, discipline, until you apply those things. Okay, it's tough. I see Miss said they saying, I can't wait for the replay of the 12 strategies for winning. So good. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. There's a replay. Yes, yes, yes. Right. It's so good. You want it again. Oh, my, please tell them. Let's make them realize that it's so good. It's a life principle. It's going into a book now, right? It's going into a book because that message needs to go out there. People need to invest first in developing themselves, mindsets, because that's what's in the way. That's what's in the way. Amingu says he's from Senegal. Thank you for joining. Really do appreciate it. So on that note, that's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Please watch the replay. I tried to pack a lot of insights, key highlights for me today. To niche or not to niche, I say niche. Niche your product, niche your services, niche your platforms, niche your events, niche whatever solution you want to monetize. Right? Some people talk about riches are in the niches. The riches, monetization is in the niche. The specific types of people that need what it is you're delivering in the market, they need it enough to pay you for it, meaning exchange. It's a value exchange, right? You're bringing product, you're bringing service, and in exchange, as an entrepreneur, the reason we do all of these things, the reason all of it must be worth it. Otherwise, you're doing charity. And there's nothing wrong with that. But let's make sure we're clear what we're doing out here, right? So, mindset of an entrepreneur. When I teach, so toyinumesiri.com, actually, toyinumesiri.com is my personal website. The academy is toyinumesiri.academy. Okay. And when you go to toyinumesiri.com, you can, all of those things are available. You can find courses, you can find my international trade network, you can find the entrepreneurship leadership, you can see the game plan. Everything that I have that I provide and launch is out there. So, what the reason I put it out there is I let you decide. You decide the journey you want to go on. You see my point? I don't make that decision for you. I will explain. My responsibility is to explain what each of those products or programs or membership is designed to do, right? The product description. It's my responsibility as the creator and the producer to give you the manual, right? Right? That's, we're responsible for that. Now, when you go into a car dealership and you see different kinds of car, the salesperson will tell you all the cars available, but we don't get to tell you which one you should. Like, your desire is your desire. And I also talked about desire in the game plan as well. The power of desire is that you want what you want, and I honor and respect what you want. And I say, come to my showroom, toyinumesiri.com, explore the different opportunities from export development, trade and investment facilitation, entrepreneurship coaching every month, and then personal one-on-one executive coaching. I will show you my showroom. Because I said, create as many solutions, right? The car manufacturers, remember, they're not producing just one model. Oh. You realize that car manufacturers, they're not just going after one taste in the marketplace. Toyota will create Toyota this, Toyota that, Toyota, because people, different types of people want different things. But if all you're doing is creating one Toyota, only the people interested in one Toyota would come to you. And that's okay. If that's your capacity, please go after that. My point is, if you can produce Toyota this, Toyota X, Toyota LE, Toyota this, Toyota that, please produce it. There's many, you expand. You're going to expand the types of people that would be interested in your work. Right? So, toyinumesiri.com, different types of people come in. It's my showroom, a showcase. If you're looking for personal development, please go for the game plan 12 strategies for winning. It's so good. I'm going to be quoting Mr. Boss said it's so good. It's so juicy, life changing. If you're looking for exports, right? There's a course that will teach you how to export from Africa to US. I'm working on one for US to Africa. That will be launched maybe in April. That's my estimation right now because of everything else I have. So I have a calendar of events, programs, right? So I'm putting it out. I usually prioritize what I need to work on. So I think by April, I may be able to launch that. Excuse me. So, and then if you want to facilitate trade, you want to work with government, you want to work with investors, then consider the trade and investment facilitation course. And if you want more networking programs, all of those things is bundled under membership. There are two memberships, one for entrepreneurs that do not care about Africa, right? So there's the other thing. There's another demographic that like, Tony, I don't care about your Africa work, but I care about your strategic ability to help me grow my business. So I created a separate space for them. You know why? I also recognize that Africa is a niche. Only a niche people care about Africa. And I'm not going to force down that concept down people that they just want. I just want to grow my business in Chicago, right? So I have some clients I supported last is it August, September. It's a local business here in Chicago land. They're not going to Africa. No. After all, I used to serve as a strategist to retailer. So they were interested not in my Africa work, but in me, right? So that's another thing I say. If you have the capacity to consult, to serve people, please don't limit yourself. I think I've believed, I've dove that point. Hopefully, everybody understand what I'm saying now. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I went over a little bit, but that's okay. Um, the replay will be out as well. So blessings to you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Such an honor. So my point again is please go after more if you can, if you have the capacity for more. God bless you. Bye.